Malawi is expected to start administering COVID-19 vaccine by March this year. Malawians have received the news of the vaccination in different ways, but international vaccine advocates have advised Malawi and African countries to do more on sensitizing their people on the vaccine so that it helps fight the global pandemic. Kondwani Chinere has the story.
Malawi has not been spared from the devastation caused by COVID-19 since it was first registered in the country in April last year. But the country has witnessed a surge in COVID-19 cases since the new year 2021. Amid the second wave, which appears to have contributed to the increase in positive numbers and deaths, there is comforting news that the country is expected to start giving COVID-19 vaccine jabs in March this year.
We expect it in the end of the first quarter of this year. We are just finalizing our vaccination strategy. We had a team of researchers and doctors who are working on the same. First, it is to the identification of the actual vaccine, because there are a lot more out there, but we need to find one which is going to be good for us. We have to look at the storage. We have to look at the capacity of our institutions, our health centers as well. So we are looking at that.
But there seems to be a lot of speculation on the vaccination.
I will not go. I'm not interested in the vaccination.
I am ready. I have been getting vaccinated all my life. We cannot refuse this one. I'm willing, but that is only after some clarification. There's a lot of talk out there, the social media. When government explains, I'll be ready to go and get vaccinated.
I am not ready. We hear the vaccine is changing people's DNA and other things, so I will not get vaccinated.
I'll go for it. There are so many reasons, but the vaccine is important.
Michelle Warren, Executive Director of AVAC, a non-profit organization that uses education and advocacy, among others, to accelerate ethical development and global delivery of AIDS vaccines, says the science of the COVID-19 vaccine has been done remarkably well. Warren says programs of the vaccines should be everywhere in the world so that the fight against the pandemic can be won. He acknowledges that there are many mythologies on the vaccine that should not just be ruled out as hearsay. Warren says this is normal about vaccines and many other health technologies.
There have not been corners cut in terms of ensuring safety at every turn in the development of these vaccines. We know that these vaccines that have been shown to be safe and effective, the few that we have so far, have been studied in very well-designed trials with ethics committees and regulatory agencies being very cautious about them. So we know now that millions of people are receiving these vaccines, but the idea that this vaccine is going to do all sorts of other things has not been seen in any of the trials. I think it really comes down to the fact that we need to recognize that people have concerns, they have fears, they do mistrust the process.
Warren emphasizes the need for Malawi government to roll out a campaign that aims at sensitizing the people on the COVID-19 vaccine. He says this should be done before Malawians start getting the jab.
I think the Malawian government and the Malawian public need to engage in the process early and often. And not just wait for the vaccines to come. We have to begin the process of what we call vaccine literacy and of research literacy, of helping people understand the methods that get us these products and help make good decisions. So that's one, is education and mobilization at the local level.
Meanwhile, Kumbize Chibonda says the vaccine is not compulsory. She says government would want to see those at higher risk voluntarily receiving the vaccine.
They have to understand that we are getting this vaccine. It is for the good of them. It will not be mandatory. It will be purely voluntary. But people, they have to understand why we are saying they need the vaccine. You know, it is to protect them, because we have seen the the way the COVID has done. We are losing people on a daily basis, people who are productive citizens of this country. So what we're saying is at least let's try to protect those who have not yet been infected by the coronavirus.
As of 31 January 2021, Malawi had over 23,963 cumulative COVID-19 cases. Of these, 8,615 have recovered. Kondwani Chinere, MBC News, Blantyre.